Yeah. I pretty much started out on Spyro 2, Spyro 3, and then Crash 2 and Crash Bash. I think I played Pong once. I like Pong.
Back in the day, when I first played Pong, I was 5 years old when we got the Pong game. Pong been out since the 60s.
Yeah.
Then, everybody, ColecoVision made their version of it, Intel made their version of it, but it was still Pong.
Yeah.
Doop, 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 doop.
And then they wound up changing Pong, so now it's Super Breakout.
Super Breakout totally different. Super Breakout, you breaking blocks out of the side. Pong just a tennis match.
The two paddles, basically. I forget. I know you're able to move up and down with the paddles, but that's it?
Bloop, 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 bloop. It was a tennis match.
Yeah.
That's all it was. Or ping pong.
Yeah.
What actually was scaled after.
Yeah.
Then, in 1978, I just turned 6 years old. Well, it was almost 79, but I just turned 6 in 78.
Yeah.
For Christmas, they bought me this new invention.
Uh-oh.
The Atari 2600. When it made its debut.
The Atari's been around for that long?
1978, when the Atari 2600 come out. I got one.
Yeah.
First game I ever got, well, only 2 games you could find at the time. Because there was 3 that was out.
Yeah.
Pac-Man.
Yeah.
Asteroids. And, oh God, I can't remember the other one.
Let's see here. Was Centipede around then?
Oh, Centipede didn't come to later. You didn't see Centipede until the Atari 7800. There was only 3 games out there. It was Asteroid, Space Invaders.
Oh, yeah.
I got
one of my favorite games.
I got Pac-Man and Asteroids. Space Invaders was sold out.
Oh, I'm sure.
Pac-Man was sold out, but they knew that was coming.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like Pac-Man. I like Space Invaders, Dig Dug.
Yeah, that's
Centipede.
In my heart, back in my heart,
yeah,
I always got a passion for pinball and Pong.
Yeah.
Because that was my gaming starting.
Yeah.
That's where it all started with me.
Yeah.
Playing pinball and the Pong game.
Yeah.
And you just all went up the hill from there. Probably 2600, Atari 5200, Atari 7800, then Nintendo, and Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64.
Let me guess, you played Smash?
I wish to God I never got. That was the biggest mistake I ever made. Had the Wii. Well, the kids had the Wii. I wasn't a big Wii fan.
Yeah.
Didn't
the Wii go out of business, or
not by Nintendo?
Right. But didn't they stop making the Wii though?
Yeah, it's been a while since they still make games for it because Nintendo ain't made no system new.
Right.
And the Wii's been around for. See, my oldest is 23.
I remember it was.
It's been around since she was 13. I know of.
Yeah, I remember it was around when I was in high school, like my sophomore or junior year. I graduated in 06, so.
Then we got into the real craze. Sony, Xbox.
Yeah.
I had them both. Sony PlayStation 1, Xbox.
The original Xbox came out at the same time as the PlayStation? Or similar time?
They come out within a year or so after. I had them both.
Right. Can't believe
I will always be my PlayStation boy, but I didn't like my Xbox.
Yeah.
Because there were games on the Xbox PlayStation didn't have.
Yeah.
Vice versa.
Did you play Halo?
Oh, yes. That was some shit on it.
That's one game I played it once, but my family never had a Xbox, and just
That,
after I wound up moving out on my own, I just never really got
that
interested
was
in it.
Microsoft's biggest seller.
Yeah. One of my favorite games, though, the original God of War for the PS2.
That was a good game.
Yeah,
Josh is a PlayStation boy.
yeah. I can tell.
He's what we call a PlayStation OG.
Yeah. So did PlayStation have something, like, did Sony have a system leading up to the PlayStation?
No, before that, Sony had their hands into making games, making computers, stereo equipment, stuff like that.
Yeah,
When they seen the craze of the Nintendo system
yeah,
and the Atari, the Sega Master System, before Genesis, the Sega Master System was Nintendo's, the original Nintendo's
yeah,
counterpart.
yeah,
And the Super Nintendo come out, the Sega Genesis come out.
yeah,
After the Sega Genesis, there was the Sega Saturn, but they didn't do so well.
yeah,
And that's pretty well ended for Sega. After that, they became, they went the opposite route Sony did. Sony went to making game systems. Sega went from making game systems to making games. And that Atari did the same thing.
Yeah.
Atari
Yeah.
still makes games.
yeah.
But then computers, when computer craze started. Well, computer craze has been around since the 80s.
Yeah.
The
Commodore
game system
64?
stuff like that didn't start until the 90s.
Right. Did you have a Commodore 64?
I also had an Apple Lisa and an Apple One and an Apple IIe.
Which ones are the Apples where it was like a desktop computer, but it had like the colored back to the computer?
That was the Lisa.
I
They're
don't-
hard to find now.
They are hard to.
God, I would never get rid of mine.
When I worked at Home Depot, somebody wound up just dumping one of those on in the parking lot.
Guess who has the original Apple?
What was that?
Guess who has the original Apple? And it ain't the Apple Corporation either. Fucking Bill Gates owns the original Apple. That Jobs made in his garage.
Yeah.
Jobs and Workowitz. I can never pronounce his name.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, though.
And Bill Gates is right. Apple did steal from Microsoft,
Yeah.
but they went their own way.
Yeah.
Credit there.
Yeah, they wound up starting at the same point because of the whole
Right.
same stuff, but they wound up.
That's why Bill Gates said that when he had the idea, I'm not going to make the computers. I'm going to make the programming software.
Yeah.
That's when Windows come in. It started off Windows XT. No, NT.
Oh, and NT was the first one?
That was the very first window program.
Yeah, because I remember getting, like, my family's first computer was, like, Windows 98 or something.
My very first computer had Windows. One Windows 98 was before Windows 98.
There's, like, one or two before Windows 98.
One right before. I think
Yeah.
Windows.
I forget which one it is, but
Then 98 came out. Love 98.
Millennium Edition?
No.
I can say that from experience. I hated Millennium Edition.
But my favorite Windows program I liked was always XP. To me, XP was the most stablest, most reliablest.
Yeah, I'll give you that. It was reliable.
Now you got these phones now. You got Windows 10 now. It seems like it's doing okay now.
Yeah.
Windows 8, no. Windows 7, I don't know.
Only took them a few updates to be able to get the new software under control.
I don't know what's the future going to hold. What's next?
Probably what happened in Futurama, where they have the eye implants.
Or the Google implants.
Yeah. I'm sharing my stream here, so. All right. So, if you had to pick, what's your favorite gaming
What?
system,
Computer system?
or any gaming system?
Any gaming system.
Yeah, computer or
I'm an
otherwise.
alien. I'm an Alienware OG since the beginning. when Dell first put them out.
Do you have a favorite game?
Warcraft, StarCraft has always been my favorite. Of course, I played Warcraft since it debuted.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about World of Warcraft. I played it day one. I was there on launch.
Yeah.
I've been playing Warcraft and StarCraft since they debuted back in the early 90s.
Yeah. Yeah, like for me, I may play a lot of Minecraft, but I think my all-time favorite game, I'm having trouble picking between either Centipede or Dig Dug.
Now, if we're talking about game systems like that, I guess my favorite game I used to play a lot of was the original Pac-Man.
Yeah? That one's definitely high up there on the list. I think it's right behind like Dig Dug and Centipede for me.
Oh, these just where it's coming. The only reason I'm mining it for the 2 points.
Yeah.
Because iron don't give you XP. Coal, lapis, gold, and redstone give you,
Does Diamond give you XP?
and diamond, but I don't really consider diamond because you don't find diamond like back to back like that.
Right. But yeah, for gaming systems though.
Gaming system, my all-time favorite gaming system. I really ain't got just one.
Right. Right now I'm kind of split between PlayStation and computer games, but that's just because I haven't really played anything else.
I like pinball, love pinball because I grew up on pinball.
Yeah, I like pinball too. There's actually a pinball arcade down on
Mike told
Nicollet.
me about it. So,
Yeah. It's called Tilt.
yeah. Because I gave them a bunch of tokens that somebody gave me. I was in the shelter. They go, "Oh, you want the what are they?" He said, "It's an arcade game around here." And I said, "Mike, you want these?" He goes, "Hell yeah, I take them." I asked him what the hell they were for. He goes, "It's pinball." All right, okay, here. Take damn thing.
The thing is, Tilt is closed right now.
Well, of course it was closed for the COVID.
Of course. Trying to pull it up on the map. It says 113 Children's Hospital Way or something.
All Children's Hospital.
Yeah. It's 113 East 26th Street Children's Gallery. It's off of 26th and Stevens. Ugh. Looks like it's right down this, like 5 or 6 blocks away from the McDonald's on 24th and Nicollet.
What, Tilt?
Yeah. Go down to 26th Street from the McDonald's there, and then turn left and walk like 1, 2, 3, about 3.5, 4 blocks. I've been there a few times. In fact, I've been there 3 times. The only reason I know it's been 3 times First time, I had somebody rummage through my coat and steal my medication that I needed. Second time I went there, somebody wound up taking a spray bottle, and this was when they were open during COVID, took a disinfectant spray bottle out of Eric's hands and wound up threatening to fight him over it. Third time, nothing happened. But yeah, I like pinball. It's just there's certain ones that I like and certain ones that I don't like.
Right.
Which, any sort of game, there's if you're looking at pinball in general versus PlayStation games versus
But you can't
whatever.
do that because saying that's comparing like apples and oranges, you know.
Right. But like any sort of like if you're looking at like pinball games compared to like PlayStation games, there's always going to be games, no matter what, that are produced for that type of game or game system that you don't like. Like there's one pinball game where I tried it where I'd pull the plunger to launch the ball, and the ball would automatically it'd shoot up, bounce off a couple of the bumpers in the back, and then go down in between the pedals, and nothing I could do. And I'm just sitting here watching myself on the delay for the stream I'm doing. It's just yeah, I'm streaming right now. It's just funny watching myself on the stream where I'm, doing all this crazy stuff with my hands and all that stuff. And I shared a link to it on my Facebook, so I don't know if you want to pull it up in the background while you're playing or whatever, but it says I already have 2 likes.
Where you go? Get the likes, motherfucker.
So I know like Warcraft and StarCraft are different than World of Warcraft, because I know Warcraft is what is. I know StarCraft you deal with more like space fighting and
StarCraft haven't come out with World of StarCraft.
Right.
It's just StarCraft, like it's always been.
Yeah.
World of Warcraft, all the characters in there and the folklore and all that was based after the Warcraft game.
Yeah.
Which is actually based after novels.
Yeah.
The Warcraft novels. But,
so what is your favorite movie based off of a shoe commercial?
Favorite movie off a shoe commercial?
Yep.
I didn't know they made one.
There's one that I know of.
And don't talk about the Bow Wow one. That's not fucking.
That's that Looney Tunes movie with Michael Jordan in it.
But that wasn't after a shoe commercial.
Yes, it was. The Jordan shoe commercial.
No, the shoe commercial was made for the movie. The movie was already made. They had that went after the shoe commercial.
But I do have a serious question for you.
Well,
Who let the dogs out?
I don't know, but I know some bitches. I swear to God. Ooh.
I could taste that one all the way over here. So if you had to pick a favorite style of video game, like adventure games
Fantasy.
and fantasy, have you played any of the Lord of the Rings video games?
I played the one for the Wii. I can't get into it. I love the movies, love the books.
Yeah,
I cannot get into the game though.
yeah. I've heard good things about the a few of the other ones, like some of the more recent ones for The Hobbit.
Loved all the books.
Yeah. There's one character that was in the Lord of the Rings books that I'm kind of disappointed they left out of the movies.
Well,
Tom Bombadil.
they left a lot of shit out.
Yeah. Of course, I don't like what they did with the Hobbit movies where they had that love triangle going on.
Yeah, that was just something. No.
They introduced man, I keep wanting to call her. Oh, it's Evangeline Lilly. They introduced her character into the movies, even though she wasn't in the books, just so they could have that love triangle going on. I forget the character's name, but I know the actor's Evangeline Lilly. But I did like her character in Lost. Of course, I only saw the first 4 seasons of Lost. I've been wanting to watch all of it, like all 6 seasons. Of course, I've also wanted to watch the final season of Star Wars Clone Wars. Haven't gotten around to doing that yet.
Why not?
I've just been well, up until about Christmas time, I was just too busy vlogging and hanging out with Eric and hanging out with a few other people. And since Christmas, I just decided, take time to not really do anything, to focus on getting myself better. Because I know I told you about how hadn't been sleeping well because of me being called at fucking all times of the night. I think since Christmas, I almost got my sleep schedule back to where I want it to be. So. Wasn't the Commodore 64, wasn't that specifically a gaming computer, or was that something
That
else?
was a business computer.
Oh, business computer.
But it had power. Well, for its time.
Yeah. I heard the space flight to the moon, the computer systems they used for the rockets and stuff, had about the same computing power as
A cell phone.
a cell phone, yeah.
Yep.
Which is crazy.
Back when NASA started off, when they started off and they had their computer banks and all that,
Yeah.
all their computer banks put together still wouldn't match up to the computing power of a cell phone.
I don't
you
doubt
gotta
it.
Remember, that was back in
60s.
50s.
Wasn't that Roswell incident like 57 or something?
It was like in the 40s, maybe? Late 40s?
What was it? The 40s?
Late 40s it happened? It might have been 50s. I mean, but I think it was late 40s.
$1947.
I thought it was late 40s.
I think one of my all-time favorite episodes of Star Trek was that episode of Deep Space Nine where Odo and Rom and Nog and like there was the three main Ferengi on Deep Space Nine. There's Rom, Nog, and
Odo was
Quark.
a shapeshifter.
Yeah, there was Rom, Nog, and Quark, and then Odo. They all wound up getting caught in a time vortex and went back to Roswell. Trials and Tribulations is probably my second favorite episode.
That's the original Star Trek.
I thought that was the Deep Space Nine episode.
Trials and Tribulations, ain't that the one where Kirk and Spock and McCoy all went back in time?
And Tribulations. Deep Space Nine is the Trials and Tribulations is the Deep Space Nine episode where
Might be good.
Cisco, Dax, and Worf go back in time to help thwart some attempt on Captain Kirk's life when the original Tribble episode aired.
Original Tribble?
Yeah, because the original Tribble episode is the trouble with Tribbles.
Yep.
So basically, Trials and Tribulations is the episode of Deep Space Nine where the DS9 crew goes back in time and stops an assassination attempt on Kirk during that episode. Man, I cannot believe Star Trek has been around since the 60s.
Yeah.
60 years, almost. But there are a couple Star Trek series I haven't seen yet. I haven't seen any of the animated series,
When we go.
which I've heard, most of the people I talk to say I can wind up missing that, but I don't want to.
What? Original?
The animated series.
It ain't a big deal. The animated one. I mean, you might like it.
And
Not
then,
gonna say you won't like it.
and then there's a couple like newer Star Trek series where I haven't seen one episode. I saw half of the first season of Picard.
I actually thought that was good.
I like what I saw. It's different.
No, it's definitely different.
It's good. I can see why people.
Find out what threw everybody off. We found out daughter had dated and made 2 more daughters.
Yep. I can see that people don't like the serialized aspect of it, but the fact that it's serialized, a lot of people like Deep Space Nine, and that was kind of serialized.
Well, Deep Space Nine wasn't supposed to be a serial. It was just supposed to run for a few, like a mini series,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden they got this feedback from everybody. Oh, I don't know. gotta keep this going. We like this. So they kept going. The original Star Trek wasn't supposed to be a series.
Yeah, it was, and then what is it? There's Lower Decks. I saw most.
I've seen one over that one.
I've seen most of those episodes for this first season. I saw the first season and a half of Discovery. I wasn't a big fan of the first season.
That's one of the time traveling ship or interdimensional travel ship.
The first season focused more on the spore drive, so being able to basically jump from location to location.
Yeah, jungle ship.
And then the second season focused on the time traveling Red Angel.
I never really got to watch it. I watched a couple episodes, the beginning part.
Yeah.
It was okay.
It was okay. I mean, it wasn't like what I was used to with Star Trek, but it was all right. It wasn't terrible. I don't think, anyway.
No, I've seen worse.
Yeah. Terror of Tiny Town?
Yes.
Have you played any Star Trek games?
Yeah. I played Blue Academy, Klingon Academy, Bridge Commander. Love Bridge Commander.
I've got a Star Trek game on my computer.
What?
I forget what it's called. Let me look it up.
Bridge Commander was a damn excellent game. You took control of the starship on the bridge.
Let's see here. Pulling up my gaming channel here so I can tell you what. Let's see here. Star Trek Timelines is the one I have on my computer.
I've heard about it.
It's all right. You're not missing much. But yeah, I've got one character in that Star Trek game that I have. I've got one character from Discovery. I've got Sulu. I've got Worf on my team. I've got Picard on my team. I've got Crusher.
Which Crusher?
Beverly.
Hey, what? People go, you like Crusher? Which Crusher? There was only one. No, there's two.
Wesley.
Everybody forgets about Wesley.
Shut up, Wesley. Yeah, usually if I say Crusher, I usually mean Beverly. Because usually if I want to talk about Wesley, I'll just say Wesley.
Well, that's what I was asking some people. Don't know on it.
Yeah. So who is your favorite Star Trek character?
I will always be an OG person when it comes to Star Trek. Spock, McCoy, and Kirk. Sulu, the original cast, all of them were my favorites.
Yeah.
Do I like the new ones? Yes, there are a lot of new ones I do like. Picard, Riker, Deanna Troi, Beverly, Geordi, I like all of them.
Yeah. What about Broccoli?
Lieutenant Broccoli?
Yeah.
Never heard of them.
Well, Broccoli was the nickname they gave to him. His real name was Barkley.
I know who you're talking about. He was good. Howie Mad Murdoch was good. He played a good partner. That was Howie Mad Murdoch, yeah. From the original A-Team.
Never seen the A-Team. I haven't seen the A-Team TV show with Mr. T. I haven't seen the new remake for the A-Team. I haven't seen any iteration of 21 Jump Street.
I like the original. I didn't like the remake one they did.
Didn't the remake have, there was a meme that was real popular a few years ago?
The remake did have, they didn't really play in it. They just guest appeared.
Yeah.
Johnny Depp and Justin Gwynn and one of the others.
Now, I'm going to break one of the major rules here, but what do you think about Fight Club?
We don't speak of Fight Club. What can I say about it? I can only say one thing about it. I've never seen the movie.
Really?
I've seen a bunch of the previews and stuff on YouTube and like that.
Yeah.
But I've never sit down and watched the movie.
It's good.
Everybody said it looked good.
Yeah.
I mean, when I seen it, it looks good. I just ain't never sit down and watched it yet.
I mean, it's not. What I want to say, I'm going to compare it to a movie without actually comparing it to the movie. I want to say it's on the same level of movie making as Pulp Fiction, in my opinion. What is that Ed Norton movie that he did with Robin Williams?
There's Norton Robin Williams?
Yep.
Is that me?
Death to Smoochie.
Robin Williams doing that?
Yeah.
I remember him doing that.
Robin Williams and Ed Norton were the two main characters in it.
Might not have seen it. Was it still blowing in there?
It was.
I think Josh got the last piece.
Oh.
I did.
And then there was a Robin Williams movie called 1 Hour Photo.
Yes.
Oh, God, I remember that
one.
one.
I've only seen like a few minutes out of it.
Robin Williams in charge of a photo booth or a photo store.
I don't think Robin Williams ever made a movie I haven't liked. Or if he has, I haven't seen it.
Right. Have you seen all the I know you've seen the original Jumanji. Have you seen either of the remakes?
The one with The Rock and Kevin Hart.
Yep.
I seen the first one. I thought it was good.
I thought it was good. It was
And
different.
it was not a remake. Let's get it right.
Oh, it's still part of the same series. It's I call it a remake just because it has different characters in it, but it's still part of the. It's a reboot.
It was continuance.
Yeah. What did you think of the?
Because the first movie of the new one actually showed Robin Williams and the two kids playing the original game.
So, what did you think of the reboot?
I liked it.
Yeah.
Well, the first one, I ain't seen no more. I ain't seen the one that had Danny Glover in it. The second part 2 of it.
Yeah.
The newest one out.
Yeah. I mean, I liked the reboot.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I
It
mean,
was different.
they didn't try to
They-
go the same way as the original.
They
which I'm glad.
they updated the story.
Right. That's what made it good because they didn't try to, go the same identical way.
Right.
Because they knew they never could. Robin Williams done played that fucking part. There was no.
There
That's
was
why Disney fucked up on Aladdin.
yeah.
Even Will Smith told him straight out it was the worst idea he ever do to try to fill Robin Williams' shoes.
Yes.
after Genie.
I've heard
Those are
that.
some huge shoes trying to fill.
Yeah. And Will Smith, he's a big man star.
Yeah.
When he tells you straight out, it's a mistake.
Yeah.
Not a good idea. It's not a good idea.
Speaking of Robin Williams and huge shoes to fill, what's that movie where Robin Williams played a clown?
Patch Adams.
I have not seen that one.
Uh.
What's your opinion on that one?
Good movie, great movie. It kind of gets sad at the end. Another one I recommend you to watch,
Yeah.
Dead Poet Society. Matt Damon and Ben Affleck
Yeah.
and Robin Williams, all of them were in there. Robin Williams was the head honcho teacher or the professor.
Yeah.
That they come to find out Matt Damon's a fucking genius.
Yeah.
Literally a high IQ genius.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. There's a movie. I cannot remember his name. I can picture him. I've seen 2 movies with this guy in it. One of them was one of the Mission Impossible movies, and the other movie was
Tom
the
Cruise.
no, it wasn't Tom Cruise. It was one of the villains. He wound up dying a few years ago because of a drug overdose or something. He played one of the guys in Hunger Games. And let me look it up here.
I'll probably know the name since you say it.
You'll know the name. I'm looking it up. Philip Seymour Hoffman.
You did?
He's dead. Died in 2014.
I didn't know he was dead, to tell you the truth.
Trying to find out what the other movie is that I saw him in. Let's see, looking it up, trying to find out what movie he's been in that I've seen. So he was in Mission Impossible 3. I saw that one. Huh. I didn't know he was in Patch Adams.
Who?
Philip Seymour Hoffman. And The Big Lebowski. I guess I saw 3 movies with him in it.
I'm gonna say everybody said I had to seen Big Lebowski.
Talented Mr. Ripley is the other movie that I saw with him in it. Have you seen that one?
Nope, I've heard though.
Let's see. Talented Mr. Ripley, released in '99. It's got Matt Damon, Gwyneth Paltrow, Jude Law, Kate Blanchett, Philip Seymour Hoffman. Let's see. Says it's set in the 1950s. Manhattan laboratory attendant Tom Ripley borrows a Princeton jacket to play piano at a garden party. When the wealthy father of a recent Princeton grad chats Tom up, Tom pretends to know the son and is offered $1,000 to go to Italy to convince Dickie Greenleaf to return home. In Italy, Tom attaches himself to Dickie and to Marge, Dickie's cultured fiancée, pretending to love jazz and harboring homoerotic hopes as he soaks in luxury.
Okay, that's what I thought. I know the one I thought that was the name of the movie where Leonardo DiCaprio played in it, where he plays one of the biggest con artists in the world.
Let's see if I can look that up. Leonardo DiCaprio con artist movie, Catch Me If You Can.
Yeah.
Have not seen that one yet. So what's your favorite type of movie? Like,
Same James, fantasy.
kind of figured.
Well, fantasy and sci-fi. Me, sci-fi runs basically with it.
Yeah. You know, they're supposed to be releasing The Matrix 4 this year.
I'm just gonna have Keanu in it.
Let's check.
He's getting old.
He's still going, though.
Oh yeah, because he's still making John Wick. He didn't told everybody long people want John Wick movies, he will make them.
Supposed to star Keanu Reeves, Carrie-Anne Moss, Jada Pinkett Smith, Lambert Wilson, and Daniel Bernhardt.
That's some of the original.
Oh, Merovingian. Didn't realize that was Lambert Wilson. And it's supposed to have Neil Patrick Harris in it, too.
Yuki. Yuki, how's MD?
Supposed to star somebody called Priyanka Chopra.
I've heard of that.
Jonathan Groff.
Yeah.
What's Jonathan Groff been in?
Movies?
Have you heard of Jessica Henwick?
No.
Max. What's his last name here? Max Reinmelt. Says he's been in like Before the Fall, The Wave, Berlin Syndrome.
Mm.
You know, there is one series of movies that I do want to watch. Sharknado.
No.
Not worth it?
I thought it was the most dumbest fucking movies put out there. So you might like it.
Yeah. What's that movie series where there's a bunch of like giant worms underground and they're basically trying to survive?
Giant worm?
Yeah. It's one of those B movies.
Was that a newer one or old one?
Old ones.
You talking about the killer fish worms?
I'm looking it up now. Tremors.
Oh. Oh. Rivalries.
I saw part of one of the Tremors movies.
Them were good. I like them all.
Oh. And they're showing the original Tremors today on Encore West at 2:30. And then Sunday at 8:55 a.m. on Encore Classic. What are some more like terrible B movies that you think I might like?
Don't know. Find out. You got the weirdest taste on a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Not saying that's bad. It's weird.
Let's see. I found a list of the 100 best B movies of all time. Number 100 is The Giant Claw. Oh, Hercules in New York is on there.
That's one Arnold.
The Arnold. Yo.
Now, you watch it, you gotta watch the non-dub voice.
Yeah.
They made two versions. They made one that had his voice, them speaking English. Then they had the one that they dubbed English.
Yeah. And then there's a 1990 movie on here called I Bought a Vampire Motorcycle.
Mm-hmm.
1977 movie directed by George Barry. Deathbed, The Bed That Eats.
You know who his daughter is?
Hallie? Oh, Sharknado made it onto the list.
I knew Sharknado make it there.
Ninja Terminator.
That is a corny movie. I've seen that movie. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's bad, but it was corny.
Yeah. And then the 1958 version of The Blob made it on here.
God, that shouldn't have been on there. That wasn't a B movie. Well, to me, it wasn't. That was a good movie.
Yeah. Hobgoblins. What?
That
Leprechaun 3 is on the list.
was the dumbest fucking movie they made. I'm sorry. I know who played the.
Yeah. I like them just because of how corny they are, but they are dumb movies.
The only reason I'll give it credit because of the person they played the.
Wasn't that Warwick Davis?
That was Warwick Davis. That's the only reason I give it credit because he was a hell of an actor. Even,
Yes.
I mean, he's amazing, yeah, but he was a hell of an actor because he played one of my most favorite movies, Willow.
Yeah, I was trying to think of what that was. I found one for you to watch.
What?
Poultrygeist. Night of
Seen it?
Night of the Chicken Dead.
Don't watch it. I knew it was just going to be stupid just by the name of it. See, this is the shit you should be on live stream and doing.
Yeah.
Letting the people hear that right there, and they start throwing in their 2 cents, and they'll be wanting more.
Yeah. Dinosaur Island.
I think I've seen that one.
Chud.
Oh God, no! Who's not judging?
Mac and Me made it onto the list.
Now, Mac and Me wasn't a B movie. That was an actual.
Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
That was the second one. It should have been better than it was.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people don't like either of the Mortal Kombat movies.
Oh, I did. I like.
But I've heard a lot of people like the first one and hate the second one. So what is your favorite terrible movie?
That was Killer Tomatoes.
I've heard of that one. Eric wound up recommending a movie called Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
That's another horrible B one. It was so dumb that it was actually funny.
Yeah. Speaking of that I just came across the Killer Clowns from Outer Space on the list. Dr. Terror's House of Horrors.
That's old.
Shark Attack 3, Megalodon.
That ain't the Jackson Stainless one.
Hell Comes to Frogtown, starring Rowdy Roddy Piper.
Hell Comes to Frog.
Yep. FDR, American Badass.
That was actually a funny movie. It was corny.
Yeah.
It was a B movie, but it was actually funny. Well, how did you get in there?
Foxy Brown. The Toxic Avenger.
Yep. It's not a BB movie.
What about Black Samurai?
That has to be a movie.
I forgot about that movie. I haven't seen it yet. What about the movie called Moron Movies?
Never heard of that one.
Oh, here we go. Dr. Goldfoot and the Bikini Machine. Starring Vincent Price. House on Haunted Hill. I love that movie.
Original, yes.
The Vincent
Remake,
Price
no.
one. I've only seen the Vincent Price one.
The remake, they cried. I will give them credit. They did cry.
What about She Woke Up Pregnant?
Never heard of seen that one.
There's a movie that's gotten also known as. The original name is Five Element Ninjas. Also known
That's
as.
old.
Also known as Chinese Super Ninjas. So you know how I mentioned the Toxic Avenger?
Mhm.
What about the Crippled Avengers?
Oh, God.
Hard Ticket to Hawaii is number 1 on this list.
I've never heard of that one.
Directed by Andy Sidaris. And then number 2 is called The Room. Is The Room where that meme came from? Where I did not hit her. I did not.
I think so.
Before I admitted that video is scary.
So what are some of your favorite terrible movies? Or favorite movies that other people call terrible?
Well,
I'm sure you've got a list.
oh, I got a list. It's long enough that Pornhub had to clear it out. Yeah, I'm not kidding. A couple of them are like 4 hours long.
Somebody recommended to me a 7.5-hour movie. No,
Lord of the Rings is longer.
Huh?
Lord of the Rings was actually longer than that.
I think the director's cut of the entire trilogy was like 11 or 12 hours.
See, everybody says trilogy. It's not a trilogy.
It is meant to be one story, one continuous story.
Well, from what was it, the Hobbit part
Yeah.
all the way up till the final battle.
Battle of the Five Armies.
No, from the Hobbit all the way to the Lord of the Rings.
The end of the Lord of the Rings.
Return of the King.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I can see being like 11 or 12 hours with a full extended director's cut.
Yeah.
But just the trilogy was probably about 8 hours.
Yeah.
Or I think it was like 6+ hours with the box set cut.
Yeah.
Because I had that.
Yep.
It was like 6+ or 8 some odd hours. Is what it told, what the box set said. But if you add on the rest of it, like the beginning of the story,
Yeah.
that'll hit 11 hours easily.
So it says, let's see, 4 hours and 11 minutes for Return of the King.
Yeah. And the Twin Towers was 2 different VHSs.
3 hours and 43 minutes for Two Towers.
Yeah, it's like 11 hours if you watch it.
8, 9, 10. 10:54.
I killed every adult cow there was in there. Like nothing but the babies.
Yeah. So just the Lord of the Rings trilogy is 11 hours and 42 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
According to what I saw. Yeah, it says here the 3 films total for the the Lord of the Rings movies director's cut is 11 hours 23 minutes 59 seconds. So what was your favorite part of the Lord of the Rings books?
The books?
Yeah.
I love just how J.R. Tolkien went into detail.
Yeah.
I mean, straight out detail on everything. You know, in the movie, you know, it was breathtaking how they showed everything.
Yeah.
He went into the detail of it.
Yeah.
That was my most favorite parts of it, just how much detail he put into it.
Yeah. Have you seen that Leonard Nimoy song where he was singing about the
Not
hobbits?
Bilbo Baggins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still haven't seen that yet.
Run down to Bilbo and watch him in the Shire.
Wasn't there another song that made it popular that he did? Let's see here. So there's the Ballad of Bilbo Baggins. There had to have been another song that made it real big, but I can't think of what it is. 5 albums, though.
I can say that. I'm not for sure. He probably.
So, what is one of your favorite B movies?
Huh?
What is one of your favorite terrible movies?
I have no idea.
Because I haven't found a movie that was terrible.
Obviously, they ain't fucking looking.
I don't.
Well, I think I'm going to end this stream and go over to my main vlogging channel and do a stream there.